Spread your wings and fly, go!
Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again. And today, people, today we're here for Zenkaiger episode 42. Now this episode, I don't know. I'm sort of kind of this the B plot. I don't know. I guess I'm just sick of Tochi Tendo having weird powers, just having these really weird powers that don't do anything. There's no power. Like, they really haven't had that many Tochi Tendo powers that actually hurt the freaking community. There haven't been that many of them that actually hurt the community, because it really, this power, the Kotatsu, I hope I'm saying it right, the Kotatsu power, Kotatsu world, it just makes you really comfortable. It just makes you really comfortable and lazy. I guess because, people can't get up, stuff like that. But at the same time, it just felt like, how is this hurting the city? How is this hurting the community? How is this hurting anyone? Because I thought the Tochi Tendo was just like, we trying to take over everything, and you just gonna put everybody in this endless Kotatsu thing. I guess maybe because they sat there long enough they would die or whatever, or people's bills aren't getting paid or something like that. He didn't even do it then. He was getting ready to do it on the entire city, but at the same time it was what happened? It was just it just didn't make sense. I guess they wanted to make like a Juren eccentric episode, but because Juren is my favorite Zenkaiger. He is. I just love his design. I love his regular Kikanoid design and his Ranger form. Juren is my favorite out of the 5. Kaito being the second, because I just like the way Kaito looks too. He's a very, very, very unique Ranger, or he's a very, very unique Ranger. So basically, this episode we talk about we get a new Tochi Tendo called Kotatsu World, and he basically, like I said before, he just puts you in this small table, really. It just makes you really, really comfortable and really, really lazy. You don't want to move and stuff like that. And we see that Juren, he's able to break out of his because he got hot. He got hot under it, and he was able to slip out because he was sweating so much. He was able to get out of it. And they touched on that earlier by saying that when he gets, when Juren gets hot, he gets hot and sweaty, really easily, just like me. I actually get hot and sweaty actually pretty easily, so I kind of related to that in a weird way. But it was really cool to see Juren actually take the forefront and kind of make this a him-eccentric episode. Even Zox and the rest of his family got put out of commission too when they tried to come help the Zenkaiger, but we see that Kotatsu World ended up shooting his beam at Crocodile, and it ended up affecting them as well. So that was that. It was so... I was like, damn. Now it's really up to Juren. And also because of Seichan, because Seichan came in clutch in this episode as well. The Zenkaiger the first Zenkaiger we see them use in this episode is when Juren is off and he goes off to go fight Kotatsu World by himself. But before that, he's doing a whole bunch of things to try and get the crew out of the Kotatsu. He even plays and dances to the theme song of the show, trying to get them out and motivate them to try and break out of it. But also, for some reason, everybody started turning into cats. And that just came out of complete left field for me. I'm like, what? Why is everyone turning into cats now? It was just, there were cat people sitting at tables, which sounds very funny. But at the same time, the whole cat thing just came out of nowhere. It didn't even say, didn't say anything about cats or anything. But everybody just started turning into humanoid, kikanoid cats. And it was so weird, and it just felt out of nowhere. I think that they just threw that in there. I was like, Why is everybody turning into cats? It was so stupid. It was too silly. You already had the Kotatsu thing going on, which was silly enough. So you threw the cats in there, and I'm like, yo, that was weird. That was unfreaking necessary. So Jiren goes off to fight Kotatsu World thanks to Seichan, because Seichan found him. And we see that while he's fighting Kotatsu World, Barashitara steps in, and Jiren has to fight Barashitara and Kotatsu World. So while that's happening, we see the rest of the crew actually trying to get out, and they end up using the Patarenja, key, and they end up using the Union form, or the Union form where Pato Pink, Pato Red, and Pato Green fuse together. And when they fuse together and make their Union form, and I love that freaking form. So they fuse together, and they end up fusing the Kotatsu tables together. And all four of the other Zenkaiger are stuck together in that, and we end up seeing Crocodile come in and actually stab the table with an anchor, and they fly all the way over there to where Jiren is. So while they're doing that, we actually see like the crew, they get there and they transform, and it's the weirdest freaking roll call ever. The little cat people sitting at a table and they're doing the roll call was so weird, but it was funny. But it was too funny. It was too silly. But yeah, so they're trying to help him in different ways since they can't get up. They are shooting at him. Majin's using her magic powers. What really got me was when Varum actually gets up. But he has a table on his back. And I'm like, since you can do that, Varum, can everybody else do that? Like, the whole point was them not being able to get up. But then Varum gets up and has the table on his back, but he's still standing up, fighting, trying to help fight Barashitara. And we actually see that that was so stupid. I'm like, everybody else get up. You just have a table on your back. Like, it was weird. I get, what is it, because Varum's the tank of the group, so he can just pick shit up? Like, what was happening? Excuse my language. But so they're shooting at him, trying to fight him off. They end up summoning three Rangers. They end up summoning Wild Force Red. Wild Force Blue, Mighty Morphin, White Ranger, Tiger, and what was it? It was a Black Ranger. God, I forgot what it was. But they end up summoning them, and the only reason summon them because they're cats. They're cat themed. So yeah. So they end up they're fighting Barashitara, while Varum is fighting Barashitara. So for some reason, we see Jiren is still fighting Kotatsu World by himself, and we see that Kaito ends up using the new gear that his dad gave him, and it's the Don Momotaro gear. That is Momotaro Red. It's the Red Ranger. He summons him, and for some reason he can talk. He comes in. It screams out "new hero." He can talk. He's riding his bike and stuff like that, and they're kind of weirded out by it because everybody's like, "Who is this guy? Like, we've never seen him before. Who is this?" And he actually ends up helping. He ends up helping Jiren defeat Kotatsu World. His fight style is pretty cool. His sword play, stuff like that. But he also did a thing where he put his hands up just when they were getting ready to do the finishing attack on Kotatsu World. He put his hands up, and then he's actually trapped. He trapped him inside of like a upside down like heart thing, and then that's when Jiren took him out. And I was like, yo, so that's weird. And then we have our mecha fight, and we see that Don Momotaro uses lets Jiren use his bike, and his bike fuses together with Jiren, creating Don Zenkaiger. And it looks pretty cool. I mean, it was a CGI the whole time. It was a CGI fight, but at the same time, it looks pretty cool. I mean, we're gonna see a lot of this mech in Dawn Brothers, but this mech actually looked pretty cool. We actually see Juren make a statement saying like it feels kind of weird merging with something, and it's just me, because he's so used to merging with Gaon that it feels weird to him merging with something and it's just him. So yeah, it has a shield and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. The CGI looked kind of wonky this time. It didn't it looked a little weirder. It looked a little weirder more than it does when they're in their Ultra Zord, but it's not as big. So yeah, it's pretty cool though. It has he can shoot bullets out of his leg, and he has a sword and a shield and stuff like that. He's really fast, stuff like that. So just a basic kind of Megazord kinda, and defeating Kotatsu, giant Kotatsu world. Everybody goes back and everybody's pampering Juren for all the hard work he did in this episode. And after that, we pan over to Stacy in a cage, and he's all beat up and stuff, and he's talking to himself, and then that's when Gigi shows up. And then Gigi switches bodies with him. Switches bodies with Stacy, and I'm like, what? When could Gigi do this? This bird, man. This big purple bird. When could Gigi do this? When could Gigi switch bodies with people? This has never happened. We never got any type of inkling that he could do that. And then he just does it. It was so weird. He just switches body with Stacy, and that's the end of the episode. And then next episode, we're gonna see that come to the forefront, and we got a new Tokusatsu. We got a new Toji Tendo, who has, I guess he has tornado powers or wind powers. It's better than the freaking Kotatsu table thing, even though those things look very comfortable. It's better than the freaking Kotatsu thing. I'm sorry, but yeah, man, this episode was weird. It's just the B plot. The main plot was stupid. This was stupider than the noodle thing. But other than that, though, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode. What you guys think about Gigi able to switch bodies? What you guys think of Don Momotaro, man? Y'all let me know down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Remember, stay henshin. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.